point. And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
Ball's knocked loose. Kobe with the steal. Jennings for three. Rebounded by McDermott. Kobe passes to LeBron. Goes back up. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not. not be in the lead.
Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Muhammad with a screen on Hart. Rose kicks to Gasol. Dishes to Holiday. Bulls moving the ball around. The layup off target.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
LeBron's shot is good.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
A challenging stretch here for Chicago.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
And Chicago shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bulls make Making a switch here. Butler's checked in. .149 left in the first half of the game. Rose goes in, and Shaq sends it back. McDermott dishes to Butler, and it's good. Butler's got his third basket of the night right there.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
The Bulls have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. The pass to Rose. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Jordan. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau worked with Clippers coach Doc Rivers in Boston for many years, and they remain close friends, often sharing notes. Rivers said of Thibodeau, "He's the best mind I've ever been around. People keep expecting them to fall, but he holds them together. It's his system, but it's more just his way. He simply doesn't relent, Kevin."
He makes his players believe, Doris. That's something they both share in common. Thank you. And it's Rose penetrating.
Derrick Rose, the 2011 MVP, but major injuries to his knees have cost him most of the last 2 seasons. Only time will tell if he's able to reclaim that elite status in the NBA.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on that one. So for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Muhammad. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's Brooks in for McDermott. And the Pelicans also making a change. George is checked in. And the second free throw, good. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Curry, averaging 18 points a game. The three ball, that is good. Curry's got 5.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Now here's Rose, right now averaging 7 points a game. It's blocked by Shaq. Outside Curry. And here's George for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Pelicans on top, running away with it. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin, and obviously a high-scoring half for you guys in this one, Blake. What was the key to breaking it open?
It starts on defense. You know, our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out in the open floor. We got some easy buckets, and then, shots start to fall.
Blake, thank you. Kevin, a complete culture change with this organization.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency. The Bulls' offense was not that great last year. As a matter of fact, they struggled to score. But when they did get to 100 points, they were one of the best teams in the league.
D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. McDermott and Gasol, the duo at the forward. And it's Muhammad in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. The Bulls shooting 43% from the floor. Right wing. Rose against Curry. McDermott kicks to Rose, and it's blocked by Curry.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Well, as you said with the Bulls, a 22-2 record last season when they got to 100 points.
Well, it's a perfect example of how dominant their defense is. If they got to 100, they knew they could count on their D every single night. But getting to 100 was the problem. They did not score very easily.
New Orleans gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. From deep three-point range, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Here's Butler. Lays it up and banks it in. Butler's got 10 points in the game.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Curry passes to Davis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Rose dishes to Muhammad. Here's Gasol. Pelicans with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And Kevin, I thought they put together a fantastic offensive game plan in that win. They knew exactly how to exploit the defense, and they really got on a nice roll.
And exploit them they did, Steve. They were relentless. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
That's good. 14 points for Steph Curry.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
Steph Curry known for his great shooting, and rightly so, but a well-rounded player. In fact, he tied for second in the NBA last season with 3 triple-doubles.
From deep. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
And it's Rose penetrating. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Rose. Rose has got 5 assists tonight.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
Here's Curry with the 3. Here's LeBron. The second chance effort. He lays it in. LeBron's got 18 points in the game.
And, Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
Yep, well-deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Rose gets a wide-open look. Rose with another miss. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Good. 20 points for LeBron.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
Rose goes in. The wide open look for Gasol. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Outside Curry. Rose with the block. To the inside. Here's Butler. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And while we can, let's find out a little bit about the shooting guards around the league and which of them have had the most assists over the last 10 games. You look at Butler, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love him.
That list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. And the way these guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is really a thing of beauty.
And, Steve, if you want to take your place among the great shooting guards in the NBA, you have to be able to do more than score. You got to pass it as well. And a lot of these guys can't. You know that old saying, the more things change, the more things stay the same. That applies to Chicago. Once again, they were incredibly tough at home with their defense.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Muhammad. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for McDermott. And it's Holiday in for Rose. Paul goes in, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Paul's got his second bucket tonight. And that tough defense by the Bulls here in Chicago, Steve, helped them to 27 wins in the United Center.
Well, a tough defense can stifle a lot of teams, and the Bulls have that for sure. That's been the strength of their club for a long time. And when you add that to this kind of home court advantage, it's a pretty tough combination to beat.
New Orleans has got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Tries a 3. That's good. Paul's got his 3rd basket of the night.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. The shot's good from Paul.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
The Bulls have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. And Holiday, here we go, and he uses the glass on the layup. Holiday's got 6.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Paul with the 3, and good on the basket. Book it. Paul's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for New Orleans. The Bulls have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work, and he gets it to go. 8 points for Drew Holiday. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Yeah, there's no agenda. I mean, the ball's just moving to whoever is open. And as a result, they've kind of developed a clicking kind of pace to their game. It's been fun to watch.
A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, hey, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Butler. No luck. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Pelicans on top.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration.
Patty cake, I'm the baker's man. I bake them cakes as fast as I can. And you can tell by how my breath back up. When it's tied to this rap, so the bed's back up. Watch it, like my whip, like my chick. Doing a $1.6 with me in the cockpit.
Here's Jennings. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Jennings out there with Bryant. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Griffin in at the 4. And Chicago shooting straight 49% from the field. And Brooks, here we go. Good.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it. They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
And Griffin sends it back. They retain possession. That's good.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Jennings kicks to George. And here's Kobe from the arc. Mirotic grabs the miss. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. That drops.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
And here's Jennings outside. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Brooks. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
You know, there's been some debate over the idea of the quote-unquote hot hand. One study implied that it actually doesn't exist. I always felt as a player that, as soon as I felt the ball go through the hoop a couple times, I was much more likely to make that next one. He was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on him.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Well, that hot hand study, Clark, we were talking about a little bit earlier, they realized it didn't take into account how difficult the shots were. And, hot players take those heat check shots.
Yeah, they do. They do. And not to mention, they draw more defensive attention once they get on the roll. So I think it comes back to common sense. You definitely try to get a hot player the ball, but above all else, you want quality shots.
And then Griffin with the dunk. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Jennings with the steal. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Terrible transition defense there.
I think it would have been pointless, Steve. There was no way anybody was beating him to the basket there.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And Brooks, here we go. Here's Mirotic, and goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Taj Gibson, and Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. LeBron comes in for George. Took him no time at all on that one. 14 points for Brandon Jennings.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
Here's Snell. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got his 4th assist in this one. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. LeBron drives in, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Well, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
Jennings passes to Davis. Launches a three, and again, New Orleans with the triples.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
And Brooks, here we go. Davis with the block.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Passes it to Jennings. And stolen by Mirotic for the finish. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Great job capitalizing on that steal and getting the easy points in transition.
Exactly how it should be done after a turnover.
Jennings can't get it to go.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Pelicans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And I think this win builds confidence for this year in the matchup. They take the first win of the season series, and, you know, that could play a factor the next time these two teams meet.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And what a huge standout performance it was for LeBron James. Now, there wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every opportunity he got.
You got to like how they're getting the ball inside this half. They didn't have as much success earlier in the game, but now they're showing real determination in taking it inside to score. You know, the NBA continues to get better at analyzing data and charting game results. Shouldn't surprise you that players shoot better off the catch than they do off the dribble. It's a big reason passing and ball movement tends to be more effective than one-on-one isolation play.
And Clark, you mentioned the value of passing over isolation basketball. The term has even arisen for that one-man approach. They call it, Steve, hero ball.
Yeah, I think Doc Rivers may have made up that phrase. I love it. It's so true. You can't win with hero ball. You really have to share the basketball. The game is meant to be played with 5 players moving, passing, cutting, and sharing the ball, creating good shots for each other.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
18 seconds on the shot clock. 18.
Here's Gasol. Takes it from 10. Tipped away. Outside, Kobe takes a 3. Again, Jennings missing. Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Brooks kicks to Snell. Mirotic gets the bucket.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
New Orleans has gone 4 of 7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. For 3, Kobe. That's good.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted the win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And now, down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you are in the midst of yet another great season, posting tremendous individual numbers and the team with an outstanding record. Is this the type of season that you...